Hello, traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Monday, September 26th, 2016. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Hello, traders, and welcome to a new trading week as we begin and get ready for an exciting week ahead. Got some really interesting charts today, I have to say, where the Fibonacci tool is in play. Traders, coming to you from Thailand, cloudy skies. We continue to indulge in the rainy season as we've had a typhoon from China come to Thailand, and we are about on our sixth day now of consistent rain. Yep, it's a little waterlogged, and we're not outside. Traders, like I said, great to be with you. Got a lot to talk about today. However, let me introduce myself to you really briefly, and we'll get to the charts and news. Traders, my name is William Gilday. I am your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, got on the Big Bird, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Traders, I'm in my 9th year, and I'm still here in Asia. Absolutely love it. Traders, let me talk about my trading. I'm a pullback trader. I like a currency pair to make a move, give me a pullback, and use the Fibonacci tool most of the time to determine where I want to get in, because I'm looking for confluences. I'm looking for areas where price, Fibonacci levels, and price levels meet, where I expect it to continue the trend of that pair. I would say 99.9% of the time when I trade within the trend, and I get that from the daily chart and the 4-hour chart. And that just takes like 30 seconds, right? Look at your daily chart, look at the 4-hour chart. If they both match, there's a good chance that that daily chart's going to rule on the bias. I don't go to a weekly, and I have nothing against weekly or monthly charts, but I trade really from a 1-hour chart, and I enter and exit on a 30-minute chart. So I find that the 1-hour chart is cleaner, and it's easier to do an assessment on and to get my trade plan in place on the 1-hour chart. And like I said, then I trade on a 30-minute chart. So I'm entering and exiting my trades on a 30-minute chart. Just gives me a little edge as far as drawdown goes, right? This game is all about capital preservation, right? All right. So after I do that, I enter the trade. However, I do use some things like price levels, price structure, price failure, price action, and then price levels, which are so important because, remember, Forex repeats itself. And if it reacted to a price 6 months ago, there's a good chance it's going to react to the price now. The other thing I do is I do use the Fibonacci tool a lot, and I do know about fundamentals. And you'd have to know when they're coming out. You have to know when you need to react to it. And if you're in a trade, protect yourself. And if you're not break even yet, you have to decide whether you're going to leave it and, like I say, get in front of the freight train. And sometimes you don't have a choice, right? Or you're just going to put your stop really close, and if it knocks you out, it knocks you out. So, but you're already in the trade. And, I always say I don't like to move my stops unless the trade's going against me and I'm going to get out. Other than that, I don't like to move my stops. I leave them alone. Okay. The other thing is I don't like getting in front of freight trains. If there's data coming out and I'm not comfortable in the trade, folks, most of the time I just get out. I'll take the 10 or 12 pip hit. I do not want to take a 30 or 40 pip hit on a news event. Okay? All right. Well, I'm practicing what I preach. I've told you all that I do have a news feed that I pay for. My friends, I've been with this company since 2007 for my news. I canceled my subscription on Friday. Yes, it was a very hard divorce. I have to be honest with you. I think they're the best. I think they're the greatest. However, got to cut corners, and that was the first one to go because it's a luxury, and I can get my news data from other sources. All right, traders, that's a little bit about myself. Let's get to the risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risk and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex or any other markets. Traders, I will tell you that I trade New York and I trade options. So I trade Forex for Asia and London, and I trade New York, I trade options. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Remember that this is a game of capital preservation. We need to live for another trading day, and you need to have capital in your account. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, traders, let's get over to the news and commentary. Yes, we've got blue today for news and commentary. Why? Because we've had water for 6 days and everything is blue, right? All right, let's take a look at the markets. What happened? The Dow 30 closed in the red 0.71%. S&P 500 negative 0.57%. NASDAQ negative 0.63%. And the small cap 2000 negative 0.69%. Traders, I'm going to tell you, worldwide, the markets were in the red. Let's take a look at the DAX. The DAX was down negative 0.44%. The FTSE 100 out of London was negative 0.03%. The CAC 40 out of Paris was negative 0.47%, with the Euro Stoxx 50 negative 0.59%. Traders, let's come on over to Asia. And the Nikkei 225 currently trading is negative 0.53%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.38%. The China A50 closed on Friday. They're not open yet at negative 0.20%. And the Hang Seng closed negative 0.31%. However, the Kospi out of Seoul is currently trading, and it closed negative 0.11%. Traders, let's take a look at our economic calendar today. We did have trade balance out of the Kiwi today, and it was a bad number. They were expecting negative 766 million, and they got negative 1,265 million. All right, let's take a look at what's going on for our high impact news today. Nothing in Asia, my friends. Nothing in Asia, so don't have to worry about that. Really, it's kind of a light day. We do have German IFO business climate today, 1 hour after the London Open, so keep an eye on that. We have business expectations out of Germany also, but that's a medium impact news event, okay? All right. In the U.S. session, we have new home sales for August, so that will be out 30 minutes after the open of New York. Also, we have the ECB President Draghi speaking today, and that will be at 11 a.m. on Wall Street. And that pretty much wraps it up. We have a Fed Cirillo speaking today. FOMC member Cirillo speaks today, and out of the ECB, we have Nawamti speaks today. I'm sure I messed that name up. My apologies. All right, so not really a newsworthy day today. Just a couple of things here and there. I don't think it's going to affect it. I think it's a technical trading day today, and we just need to keep that in mind as we move along. Commentary is, it's a fresh start. It's a fresh week, and, we're ready to get started, right? We're ready to, everybody should be back into full swing. The market should be at maximum capacity as far as traders, and all the summer vacations over. Everybody's back to school. Everybody's back to work. The big guys are back at their desks, and we're ready to go for the next 3.5 months until we get to the New Year break, and it's time to get to work. It's not a time to be slacking now. Now it is really time to hit the grindstone. We've had about 7 weeks of, almost 8 weeks, probably 8 weeks of pure weakness in liquidity. So let's get moving. This is the euro dollar. Euro dollar sideways. We did bounce off this 200 exponential moving average that we saw on Friday. However, coming up a little bit now, this is okay. I'm okay with this. We do need to get up to this 1.1247 area. And the reason for that is we want to get as close to that resistance line that I put on the chart as possible. We want to sell it there. Because we're going to have a problem when we get down to that daily pivot. We got a 55 EMA, and just below that we have a 200 exponential moving average. So we're going to get bounces there. So you just got to keep that in mind. However, looking at the big picture for today, my friends, we can take this all the way down to 1.1131. Yeah, that's an 80 pip trade, 90 pip trade. So we can do this. This is like a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Where's my stop going to go? It's going to go right above, left of the chart, to that blue candle with the wick, where the horizontal line is of resistance I'm just going to put it like 5 or 6 pips above that. If it breaks through resistance, it's okay. I'll just re-enter it, but I'm not going to take a big hit, right? So if I have to re-enter it 2 or 3 times to get the trade, that's fine. But remember, our bias is bearish. We want to sell this at all costs. We want to sell this, right? All right. So nice trade setup for the euro dollar. Let's take a look at the pound. What a waterfall this had on Friday. Nice move to the downside. This is just really taking a beating, right? This got all the way down to 1.2921. And this is like untouched territory. I can't remember when I saw this down this low before, but it is really down there. And we're going to continue to ride it. Our bias is bearish, and we're going to just continue to ride this. So we're just going to wait for this to get back up to 1.3014, take it down. Now, the problem is we're coming into the daily pivot point, but there's not a lot of price action at that daily pivot point. So we can probably slide right through that daily pivot and continue to the downside. Now, it's going to be support then, and you got a 55 EMA. And depending where that 55 EMA is at the time of your entry is going to determine how big your bounce is going to be. You really want to see that 55 EMA continue to look and point to the downside. The other issue is the 10 exponential moving average, that thin brown line, really needs to be on top of price. We'd feel a lot more comfortable if that was on top of price. However, this is great trade setup. We're going to take it to the downside. We're going to stay with the trend. We're going to stay with the bias, and we're going to sell the pound dollar. All right, traders, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Not a lot. I got to say, traders, we're basically in the same situation we were on Friday. It's sideways. It's ugly. My bias is bearish, and there's nothing to do here. We're just going to wait for it to get up to our level at the all-one pivot at 0.7637, and we'll sell it. If it doesn't do that, we're going to hold. And you can consider taking a trade at a close below the 200 exponential moving average, which is that green line. And we can take it from there at the S1 pivot. And then I would take this to the S3 pivot all the way down at 73.55. 76.55. And we'll take it down there. So, this is going to be an interesting trade. Nothing to move this pair today. So I'd be really cautious. Not really looking to put this on my watch list today. There's plenty of other pairs out there that we can trade. So we'll just watch that. And I'm not really interested in the Aussie dollar today. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. This is one of my favorite pairs. Oh my gosh, I got 2 of them today. Okay. All right, so we're at resistance now, and it's been rejected at this price. We'd love to get in this at this 1.4758. I'm just going to hold for a little bit because this might just continue up and then come back down. So it might break our entry level to the upside and then come back down, and that's fine. But I'd like to see price, that 10 EMA above price. This is a nice trade, folks. This is a nice 3-to-1 trade here. And we're going to get in at 1.4758. We'll get out at 1.4657. This is a 80 pip trade, 78 pip trade. And this is really nice to the downside. So we're just going to keep a really close eye on this. And this looks good. The nice thing about this Euro Aussie, it does move nicely. It really does. It does move really nicely when it's in its trend. And we expected this. Remember, we expected this to come back up. Remember, it had that great fall on Friday, Thursday, and now it pulled back, and here we go. So we were expecting this to happen. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. Traders, I made a mistake, and I do not have the euro yen on here today. However, it is bias bearish, and we're looking for a sell trade. However, this is the New Zealand dollar, and it's pretty funny because I made a comment on Friday that I wasn't going to watch this pair. I wasn't interested in it. And what does it do? It gives us a waterfall. This thing just tanks on Friday. Really, really nice move here. So we're going to look for the healthy pullback, and we'd like to see this pull back to the 38.2 at 0.7262, and we're going to get out at 0.7224. This is a really simple trade. I use the Fibonacci tool a lot today, traders. I felt that we got to start using the tools that are given to us, and the Fib tool is a great tool to use. It gives you your take profit areas. It gives you your stop areas. It gives you all that stuff just in that one tool. So it's a very helpful tool. And why do I like it? Because everybody else is using the same tool and the same price levels. And that's what we want. We just want a piece of the pie. We don't want the whole pie. Just want a nice piece. As that river, whether it's going up or down, we just want to get in that river and get a piece of that pie. Traders, thank you so much for being with me on a Monday. I'm excited for this week. I'm excited to get back to trading, full steam ahead. And, the Fed's done. The BOJ is going to do what they're going to do. And we just need to get our heads off the books and the grindstone and get to work. Really excited about this week. Traders, on behalf of myself, Wayne Briley, and FXCL Excellence in Trading. Again, thank you for joining me on a Monday. Looking for the week ahead. Busy times, and it's great to be trading Forex. Traders, please visit me on Twitter at FXCL Alerts 1. That's FXCL Alerts 1 on Twitter, as I do tweet for the London session. Traders, have a great trading day. We'll catch you in about 24 hours. Take care now.